Welcome to the Trick Shift Garage. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to change the oil and filter for our 2018 Chevrolet Traverse. This goes for the 3.6 liter V6 and it goes for models 2018 up to 2023. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first step we want to do is raise the vehicle, and I'm going to go ahead and use these ramps that I have. Put your car in park and hit the parking brake. Make sure you chalk your wheels. And this is the mechanism that unlatches the hood. Slide your cardboard underneath. Slide the oil drain pan underneath. So the oil drain plug is going to be right here, basically located right at the bottom of the oil pan. As a reference, you can use this exhaust pipe right here. So the size for this drain plug is 15 millimeter. Just use my wrench here. Take the oil drain plug off. I'm just going to let the oil drain out. All right, let's go fishing for my drain plug. Oh, there it is. So when you get your drain plug out, you want to go ahead and clean it up as best you can. Get all the oil off, and then you want to inspect this rubber gasket here. Okay, you want to make sure it's not torn or pieces are missing or anything like that. This one looks to be in good shape, so we can use it again. If yours is torn, you need to replace it, because if you don't, then you risk a chance of oil leaking out of the drain pan. Okay, so definitely make sure this is in good shape. So the oil filter is actually in the middle of the engine, so you can either go from the bottom or the top. I'm going to choose to go from the top, loosen it up, let the oil drain right below into the drain pan that you see. I think this will probably be the less messy way. I actually had to use some, I have cylinder blocks here that I'm stepping up onto because the car is kind of high on ramps, so just keep that in mind. Have like a step ladder or something that you can use to kind of reach up in here. I got my oil filter wrench here, and what I'm going to do is go down here. So, okay, I'm going to just squeeze around it and then turn it to loosen it. Okay, that should be loosened up enough. Watch this exhaust system because it's probably still pretty hot. I'm going to reach down here, and I'm just going to go ahead and just slowly rotate it with my hand. Yep, you can hear the oil. I'm thinking, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just loosen it off from the top here. And when I take it off, make sure you have a good grip. You can hear the oil coming out. Just going to let it drain. It's coming out of the filter. All right, I think if I can take this, turn it, I could slowly pull it up. Alright, so now I got the oil filter out, I'm going to go ahead, get my rag, and just wipe around there where the oil filter resided in. So the next step you want to do is grab your oil filter. Now the oil filter that this vehicle uses is a PF63. Alright, I'm just going with AC Delco. It's GM uses this for all their vehicles. So go ahead, just double check. Yep, PF63. All right, so what I like to do is open some oil up here. Okay, and before I put the oil filter in, I like to pour maybe about half oil into the oil filter. About there's good. I'm gonna take this oil here, put it around the gasket for the oil filter. Put some on the threads in here. Okay, now this oil filter is ready to go in. Okay, so the next step is we're going to go ahead and lower the oil filter back down. keeping it vertical. All right. It'll be kind of hard to see, but some oil might leak out, but that's okay. And go ahead, quickly tighten it up. Right, so I definitely got some oil on the filter. So what I'm going to do is just grab my rag and wipe around it. I've got to tighten it down some more. When it comes to oil filters, you only want to tighten it hand tight. You don't want to use the oil wrench that I used earlier to loosen it. You just want it hand tight only. Okay, if you over tighten it, you risk having this gasket up here rupture and not seal properly, which will obviously lead to an oil leak. Okay, so just tight as you can by hand, and that's it. The next part you want to clean off is all this oil there, that's around here, and that's on the underside here from the oil filter. So grab your brake clean and just gonna spray there. Not too much, just enough to wipe it up. And just wipe off all the oil that you see. That way you don't mistaken it as an oil leak. Okay, all clean. Before you actually finish, what I suggest you do is make sure first this exhaust is cooled off. And as you can see, mine's cool to the touch. It's been cool for a while. But you definitely want to check this oil filter again. So when I finished wiping down everything over here, when I went back to check my oil filter, there was still some room to turn it. Okay, I got it tightened now, but definitely check the oil filter at this point because there's definitely more room to tighten it. Just a Trick Shift Garage tip for you. Okay, so once the oil is mostly done draining, go ahead and put your drain plug back on and tighten the drain plug back up. And this is going to get tightened down to 18 foot-pounds of torque. And then just spray down over where the drain plug is and just start wiping it off. So now, if you see any oil down here, that means that's new oil that's leaking out. You need to probably replace that gasket. So next up, you want to go ahead and take the oil cap off. Go ahead and put your funnel in. So the oil that you want to use is going to be 5W30 full synthetic. You want to make sure it has this Dexos 1 GM approved oil. Okay, this is full synthetic oil. It's going to take 6 quarts total. So I got the big jug here, which is 5 quarts, and then I got 1 quart. Just line up your oil, start pouring. Put your cap back on. All done. All right, so now that we got the oil in, we can go ahead and turn on the car. Okay, so in order to reset the oil life, we just got to use these arrows and the check mark, and we're going to scroll down till we get to oil life. Okay, now in order to reset the oil life, all we need to do is push and hold the check mark. Okay, so I'm going to push and hold now, and it beeps, and then let go, and that's it. Oil life 100%. All right, that's it for this video. The Traverse oil change is complete. If you like our work, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for more Trick Shift Garage videos, and we'll see you on the next one.